Hey guys, what's up? Abomination9 here, back playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links. We left off, I'm pretty sure we were opening up Chaotic Compliance, I believe. And as you can see up there, right here, we have Mokuba showing up, which, just gonna be honest, I don't give two cruds about Mokuba or the cards that he's dropping. But he's here, and I think the videos have caught up enough to where this video will actually go up when Mokuba's event is still going on. Because I think this might go up the day before the event is over. So we're finally catching up now. But yeah, like I said, I don't give two cruds about Mokuba. Even though they try to hype it up like everyone wanted Mokuba. Maybe they did, but I couldn't care less. But we are going to be opening up more Chaotic Compliance, and today I think we're going to be opening up 26 packs, I think. Hopefully we'll actually get something to put on the thumbnail. Okay, nothing special for this first one. Seismic Crasher, I've gotten one of these before. Twice per turn, you can send one face of continuous spell or continuous trap card you control to the graveyard to inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Then we have a trap here, Generation Shift, have not gotten this before. Target one face-up monster you control, destroy that target, then add one card with the same name as the destroyed card from your deck to your hand. Okay, I guess that's good if it's been corrupted somehow, like with a Mask of the Accursed or something. Kill it and get another one, I guess. And Master Kyonshi, which this isn't too bad. Because Kyonshe, I should say. Because it's 750, it's oddly above average damage, and I don't have too much zombies on it. It also it says Curse on his face. Oddly enough. Which we just talked about, Mask of the Accursed. Is Master of the Cursed in this deck, since Master here has a curse mark on his face? I don't know. But yeah, above average card for one no cost, I mean. Prometheus, King of the Shadows. Subpar for someone who has such a crazy name. If this card is normal summon, banished any number of dark monsters from the graveyard, and if you do, this card gains 400 attack for each until the end of the turn. So if that was permanent, then Prometheus here would be good. But since it's not permanent, meh. Option Hunter, gotten one of these before. Activate only when a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sets the graveyard. Gain life points equal to the original attack of the destroyed monster. And Draconic Knight, which is a 28-2 cost, so not too bad when the effect of an opponent's monster is activated that targets and destroys a card you control. You can send the targeted cards to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. So it's a pretty decent card. I'm gonna try to read through these pretty quickly since we're having to open up 26. Super Warline, 23 Ritual Summon card. It's okay. Javelin Beetle Pact, cool. So maybe we can actually start getting a Javelin Beetle deck going, or even a Warline deck. And Crystal Seer. Super subpar, but it's only one cost. I don't know if I've ever seen a card that's only 100. Excavate the top two cards of your deck. Add one of them to your hand, then place the other on the bottom of your deck. It's not too bad. It's a free flip. We got Triple Creeb Wink into Mega Creeb Explosion. And a Bandit Face. Warline Ritual, cool. Again, maybe we can finally get the War Lions and the Javelin Beetles going. Molten Zombie, 1600, which if you special summon him from the graveyard, draw a card. And Screech, a super rare, average cost. If this card is destroyed by battle, send 2 water monsters from your deck to the graveyard. Situational, though I'm guessing there's cards in the water line that you would want in the graveyard to possibly draw them out there and put them on the field. Which, actually, if you're running the Ice Barrier deck, there's cards in there that can draw Ice Barrier cards out of the graveyard and put them on the field, so I think it's the 27, 26 damage general who's able to do that, draw Ice Barrier cards out of the graveyard at the end of your turn. So you would put Screech out there, dump maybe the other general, General Grunard, which is the one who's even stronger than the one I was talking about, and then have the other general pull Grunard out of the graveyard. So yeah, it has its uses. So single creep, nothing too special. Molten Zombie again. Baby Cerosaurus, 500, 500, subpar. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. What does it do? I think when it dies, draw like a level 4 dino out of your deck or something. Something like it has something to do about getting a dinosaur when it dies, I think. And Ghost Fairy Alphobia. Once per turn, you can reveal one wind monster in your hand until the end of your opponent's next main phase. 1. Monsters with a level higher than the revealed monster cannot activate their effects. Triple Caribs with a blue tint. Stray Asmodean. Above average defense. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by battle, both players gain 800 life points. It's not too bad if you care for increasing your opponent's life points, which I got 2 heroic gifts, I think, something like that, from the brothers, the Paradox Brothers event, which boosts your enemy's life points by a huge chunk. So if you're just going for making your opponent as healthy as possible, then this might help with that deck. Machine King 3000 BC. This is a special summon. This is a 1000 machine type when you activate it. You cannot normal or special summon other monsters the turn you activate this card. Once per turn during your main phase, you contribute 1 machine type monster. This card gains attack equal to attack the attributed monster had on the field until the end of the turn, which is meh. Seismic Shockwave. Destroy this card during your 3rd standby phase after activation. Activate this card when a face-up dinosaur type monster you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step. Choose 3 of your opponent's unused spell and trap zones. Those zones cannot be used. If this card destroys itself, you can target 1 dinosaur type monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. That's pretty good. It says choose 3 though. So they might actually have to have 3 dead spaces to use this card. Single Carib again. We have Generation Shifts again. We have a second booster. This is a machine. Subpar. You can attribute this card to select a 1 face-up attack position monster you control. The selected monster gains 1500 attack until the end of the phase. That's not too bad. Giving something 1500 will actually, honestly, this is a pretty good card. Because the machine deck I have going right now is all about equipment. Not necessarily like, this isn't a union card, but kind of like, it's not necessarily union stuff, but I have, you know, the 7s that you get when you get hurt, and I have axes that give 500. Then we have the machine assembly lines that give 200. Plus, you can special summon out of the graveyard when you have enough scrap. So that deck's all about boosting something. So I can usually get a level 4, so no cost card up to like to 3000 almost usually. Like quite often, I can get up to 3000 as long as I let them hit me. So this would make that even more effective to just pull out 1500. Because I had a situation against Mokuba in the level 30 version of him where he summons a hamburger and implies that card that boosts ritual cards up to 1500, which even with that deck I didn't have the right cards. I could have beaten a hamburger that's boosted up to 3500, but I didn't have the right cards. But if I had this card as well, that would have made it super easy to kill that stupid hamburger. And Outsounding Dog, Marin, 100 again, which I was talking about never seeing one before. When this card is sent to your graveyard, add it to your deck and shuffle it. Meh. It's too realistic looking, so I don't really like that card. I don't want to look at it for some reason. Molten Zombie, gather your mind, add 1 gather your mind card from your deck to your hand. Your deck is then shuffled. You can only use 1 gather your mind per turn. So it's just shuffling your deck pretty much. And baby Sarasaurus, we can see what it is now. This card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard. Special summon one level 4 or lower dinosaur much from your deck. See, that's what I was talking about. Basically what I said. Single Karib. Stray Asmodian again. Telekinetic Shocker. Ooh, above average. If a psychic type monster on the field would be destroyed, you can pay 500 life points and destroy this card instead. So, take 500 damage and lose him at the cost of saving something else. Meh. Like, this whole psychic line is all about hurting yourself, which I'm not too into. Jar of Avarice. Target 5 cards in your graveyard except Jar of Avarice. Shuffle all 5 into the deck. Then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 Jar of Avarice per turn. It's okay, situational, but it's alright. Single Karib. Come on, give me an ultra rare or something. Weapon change. Once during your turn, once during each of your standby phases. This is continuous. You can pay 700 life points and target 1 warrior machine type monster you control. Switch the current attack and defense of that target until the end of your opponent's next turn. Which there's cards that benefit from this, of course. That shield guy, I think, is a warrior, so you can give him what, 3,000? Is it 3,000 or 2,500? Probably 2,500. You can give him 2,500 attack because his defense is 2,500. I think Ibuki, I think that's its name. The defensive type comes with 2,500 defense, but not, like, his attack is very low, so you can swap him out to have that extra attack, which would be pretty good. Foolish Return. Select 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, return it to the deck. Meh. It, I guess, has its uses. If there's any cards in the graveyard that get summoned out of there you don't want happening. Earth Chant. I've apparently gotten this card before. This card can be used to ritual summon any Earth ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exactly equal the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. That's pretty good. The fact that I have 2 of them is not bad. That's it? Aw, oh, come on. Well, I guess that was only the first 10. We still have another 16 packs open, I think. So what do we have for this? Well, we got Screech. Jar of Avarice is alright. This card's not too bad. Option Hunter's okay. Nothing too crazy. How many of these do I have? I have 2 War Lions now and 2 Javelins, and we have 4 Super War Lions. Jesus. Yeah, nothing too crazy. This card was good. Babysauruses are okay if you're running a very specific dinosaur deck. So not too bad. We can grab another 10 now. See what we get. Though this is a big box, so it's hard to get anything. Triple Caribs with a blue tint and Bandit face. Weapon change again. There's a shine up top. ESP Amplifier. All face-up psychic monsters you control when this card was activated gain 300 attack for each of your psychic type monsters that is removed from play when this card resolves. During the end phase, remove from play all monsters that were affected by this effect. Fusion Substitute. It's super rare, but I've already gotten it before. I'm pretty sure I've already put it on the thumbnail before as well, so This card's name is also always treated as Polymerization. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 fusion monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, then draw 1 card. So it's okay, but you can't poly from your hand. You have to have them on the field, which is the downside of this card. Single Carib. Prepare to strike back. Each time your opponent declares a face-up defensive position monster as an attack target, toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, change the targeted monster to attack position. If you call it wrong, the controller of this card takes damage equal to the amount that the attack of the attacking monster is higher than the defense of the attack target. Card Shuffle. Pay 300 life points to use this card's effect. This is a continuous spell. Shuffle either your or your opponent's deck. You can only use this effect during your turn once per turn. Puppet King. This is a okay card, I believe. The 2 costs 2,826, which is actually really good. When your opponent effects, when your opponent adds a monster card to their hand, except by drawing, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, destroy it during your next turn's end phase. See, its effect is mediocre, but its power is okay for a warrior. Single creep again. Second booster, cool, we got 2 of those now, that's good. Next to be lost. Select one face-up monster you control. Send 1 card from your deck to the graveyard with the same name as selected card. Situationally good, I guess. There's probably some cards that really benefit from this. Maybe the Tadpoles or the Death Frogs probably benefit from this. Possibly some sort of fairy card since it's using a fairy type as a card art. Herculean Power. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a monster and you control the monsters, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Gemini monster from your hand. Meh. Single Creeps again. Oh, with the blue shine. Almost missed that. Aggies of Gaia. Gain 3,000 life points if the face-up card is removed from field. Take 3,000 damage, which again, I mentioned that apparently there's a strategy where you play this card, then you use another card to negate its effect, or destroy it and negate its activation, which saves you from taking that 3,000 damage. So you just get it, you're netting 3,000 health. Boar Soldier, a 2,000 attack, no cost. This card can only be summoned by a flip summon, so you have to put it on the field with 500 defense first. If summoned by a normal summon, this card is destroyed. If your opponent has 1 or more monsters under his or her control, the attack of this card is decreased by 1,000, so, not worth it. Master Kyoshigen, so again, above average, 1 cost. Or Kyonshe. Machine King 3000 BC, seen him already. Stray Asmodean. Minefield Driller, average across the board, 1515. It's a machine. When this face-up card you control leaves the field and is still in your possession, you can target 1 field spell card in your graveyard, add the target to your hand. Meh. Triple Caribs. No Wintha, but we have hieroglyphics with a blue sheen and a Bandit Bam face. So what could this be? It is possibly, since that is a blue, we could be getting our Black Luster Soldier. So everybody, put your hands in the air and hope and pray for a Black Luster. Not just a Black Luster, a shiny Black Luster, I should say. Psychic Path. Pay 800 life points and select up to 2 of your remove from play Psychic type monsters, add them to your hand. It's alright. Poison Fangs. Each time a beast type monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And is this Black Luster? It is in fact Black Luster Soldier with a shine on it. So of course nothing special. You can ritual summon this card with Black Luster Ritual, nothing special. But it is a ritual card that's 3,000, 2,500, and is one of the OGs. It is nice to finally have gotten this, and we can staple that on the thumbnail. It might be the only card. Maybe I'll just put the entire Black Luster Soldier card on the thumbnail and show nothing else. I'm not going to do that, but it'd be funny. Finally got one. Foolish Return again. Big Koala. A 27, 2,000, 2 cost. Another Jar of Avarice. Alright. Pretty sure there's still some other stuff that I want in here. I wasn't necessarily going for Black Luster Soldier. Stormcaller. You put your opponent's monsters that are destroyed by battle with other Psychic type monsters on top of their deck, on top of their owner's deck. Instead of sending them to the graveyard, when this card is destroyed by a card effect, this card's controller takes damage equal to its original attack. Again, like, Psychic types really, like a Psychic deck's really like hurting themselves. Machine King 3000 BC again, and Herculean Power once again. Up, Triple Caribs into Wink, into Carib Explosion, into Psychedelic Glint here with a Bandit face. Is this another ultra rare? And it appears to be a spell, possibly. Dragoroar. Banish 1 Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind monster from your graveyard. Shuffle 1 card on the field into the deck. So you can, if you have all those in your graveyard, pretty much get rid of like a super strong monster on your opponent's side of the field. Usually, I guess is what you would use that for. That's how it's been used against me. Ring of Magnetism, appreciate that. Now we have 2 of these, which you can only equip this card to a monster on your side of the field, decrease the attack and defense of a monster equipped with this card by 500 points. In addition, all monsters on your opponent's side of the field can only attack the monster equipped with this card if they attack. And this might be an ultra rare. It's a super rare called Branch. When a fusion monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of the fusion materials in your graveyard that was used for its fusion summon. Special summon it. Meh. I mean, I don't fusion summon too often, though I guess if you're a big fusioner, this would really help. Get nothing special, single Karibo. Second booster, we've got 3 second boosters now. Tempted to put them in my machine deck, but I don't know. Extinction on Schedule, I think this is a good card. During your main phase, pay 2,000 life points. Both players send all cards they control to the graveyard at the end of the 3rd battle phase after this card's activation. So, wipe the board after 3 turns, and hopefully you can last long enough that this card will actually activate, or they don't have some sort of card that negates the activation. An Array of Revealing Lights. Declare one type of monster. Any monster of the declared type cannot declare an attack during the turn it is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summons. This is a field, it looks like. So that's situationally good. That's it. Alright, so not too bad, obviously. We got freaking Black Luster, we got... how many... I have 2 Black Luster rituals, but I don't like using cards unless I have at least 2 or 3 of them, so... meh. We got Fusion Substitute, we got Branch... This time around, anything else special? We got our full set of second boosters. We might have now we're maxed out on BC Kings. So, Luster is pretty much the poster boy for this one. Puppet King's alright too. And our last 6 packs. So our next 9 cards. Single Caribs. Lady Assailant of... what the heck did I say? Lady Assailant of Flames. This is a flip. Remove 3 cards from the top of your deck from play to inflict 800 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points. Meh. Subpar. Well, not subpar. It's average with a okay ability. Boar Soldier. Useless. Seismint. Shockwave. It's okay. So we've only gotten dupes there. Triple Creeps. Oh, Psychedelic again. Is this a super rare with Bandit Face? Prometheus, King of Shadows. I mean, his abilities, meh, but his name's cool. He at least has that. His name's cool and his card looks cool. Sasuke Samurai number 3. Subpar, though they always have weird abilities to them. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, your opponent draws card until their hand has 7. Huh. So you might force your opponent to deck out that way, I guess. So he's trying to get them to deck out, I guess. And, oh, here we go. Super rare. Destructotron. Average slash like a teensy bit over average. Power creep during your end phase. So this card is the only psychic type monster you control. Destroy it. You can pay 1,000 life points in, target one set spell trap card your opponent controls, destroy that target. So, he's okay. I mean, he's alright to go on the thumbnail if nothing else special comes up. Single Caribs. Psychic Reactor. If you control a Psychic type monster, apply this effect to all Psychic type monsters you currently control, for the rest of this turn. When a Psychic type monster you control battles an opponent's monster after damage calculation, banish that Psychic type monster, also banish that opponent's monster. Weed out. Pay 500 life points, destroy all face-up attack. Position level 3 monsters. Situational. Another third Jar of Avarice. Gift of the Martyr. Send one monster on your side of the field to the graveyard. Select one monster on your side of the field. The selected monster gains attack equal to the attack of the sent monster until the end of the turn. Sasuke Samurai number 3 again. And Chthonian Alliance. The equipped monster gains 800 attack for each other face-up monster on the field that has the same name it does. Now, is this the last set, Stormcaller? Gather your minds. And Baby Sarasaurus. Nope, this must be the last one then. Nothing special though, apparently. Sanguine Swamp. Oh, we haven't read this, hold on. Almost clicked off of that. If you control any other spell or trap cards, destroy this card. Face down spell and trap cards cannot be activated during this. Destroy this card during your second standby phase after activation. ESP Amplifier again, and our last card is a Spell Absorption. Each time a spell card is activated, gain 500 life points immediately after it resolves. So that's not too bad. Especially if you're flinging mad spells constantly. Alright, so that was it, though. This set we got Destructotron, we got a third Jar of Avarice, I guess we got a second Seismic Shockwave. Nothing too crazy. I guess Sasuke's pretty alright. Though there's like 8. I don't know why it says there's no related cards. There's like 2 other Sasuke's at least. So I don't know what's up with that. So yeah, not too bad, I guess. I mean, we got Blackluster Soldier. We got a bunch of other stuff. I was hoping to get something else from the Ultra Rare set, but meh. This is pretty good too, right? When a trap card is activated, pay 1,000, negate the activation if you destroy it. Actually, it's not too good. I don't like taking that much damage. I was hoping to possibly get a Master of Oz, since it's so strong, or a Gale Lizard, but can't get everything. So we're down 151 packs. I could have gotten an extra pack, but I didn't want to try to force out 9 gems. That's what I had been doing this entire time. That ended up just giving me like 200 gems there and then 500 gems, or 50 gems there. So that's why I had so much gems, because I was trying to get that 9 extra to top it off, and ended up getting like 5 million. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I do not know what we will be opening up in the next set, but we'll find out then. So yeah, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment if you do. See ya.